Hello, this is Sully from the Sully Show. Who's this?
This is Stacy Dash. Hello.
Stacy, hello. How are you? Thank you for calling in and being on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
We kind of had
My
to kill
pleasure.
some time. We were talking about the Olympics. And how there are some whiny people out there that Adam thinks they're going to have a participation award soon. This is the type of stuff we talk about sometimes.
Yeah, I have no comment about the Olympics.
Now, Stacy, Harris, he was helping to arrange this, so I do have to give him mad props for helping us out and being able to talk to you. But one of the things he told me to do was to make you laugh. And we did it in 35 seconds.
I would say less than 30 seconds.
Well done. Mission accomplished.
Score!
Or she just laughs very easily at everything.
Well, I mean, she's from the Bronx.
That's true.
Yeah. No, I don't laugh very easily at everything.
So there you go. See? So, Stacy, again, thank you for calling in today. I don't know how much time we have with you on the show, but we do obviously have questions. I'm a huge fan of yours. I know Adam's been major fan as well. JT is becoming a very good fan of yours. He's
learning.
He's been how do I label JT?
I'm the uninformed guy on the show.
The old uncle.
The old uncle.
The old uncle.
Yeah,
he's the rotary phone.
Are you old?
I would, but I can't find
you
him.
just behave old?
A little bit of both.
What'd you say?
So hey, you know what? 2 minutes in and she's already laughing. I think we achieved our goal.
Where's my phone?
Everybody in our chat room is saying hello to you. So we do have a lot of viewers in the chat room, and some of them may ask some questions throughout this wonderful interview. So again, thank you for coming on. And first of all, I have to be the fanboy and say I absolutely loved you in Clueless, Mo Money, and even there was a movie, I think it was Moving with Richard Pryor. You were in?
Yes, that was my first film.
So see, I'm a movie guy. I know my stuff.
Yeah, you are. Well done. Well done. You did your homework.
Well, it's not even that I did my homework. I've seen those movies.
Oh, nice.
Like I said, I'm a film guy. If you saw my home studio right now, you'd be surrounded by a lot of movies. So,
are they on VCR?
No, not anymore. Those are actually on the hard drive now.
Nice.
I've digitized them and have done whatever I could to preserve them as much as I can. Because let's face it, VCR is going downhill these days. But
what's wrong with my VCR?
Nothing, JT. Keep on plugging along.
Go to Blockbuster, JT. It's okay. It's still open.
There's no more Blockbuster. They're gone.
There's one left.
I'm going to go take a nap, damn it.
There's actually one in Alaska.
Is there?
Yeah.
Alaska. Very good place for it. Perfect.
Well, it's the only place I guess they can't get internet, obviously, because it's the way it is up there. But there actually is...
That makes perfect sense.
There actually is a Twitter account, The Lone Blockbuster. If you're not following it, I think Harrison does. You need to follow it because it is pretty hilarious stuff.
Oh, it's hysterical.
Oh, that sounds hilarious.
They post just like they are an actual Blockbuster that people are coming to visit, and just funny content about everything. It's pretty fun time.
I like it. She's laughing still. So
this lone Blockbuster with the great blue sign in the middle of the snow.
Could you see it in like the middle of a strip mall?
It's funny because I spent 3 days trying to figure out if this thing was real. I scoured the internet and found out, but you'd swear to God that people were doing all kinds of stuff at this Blockbuster. Like weird kind of nights where like the manager will give you free movies if you just hang out with her for the night. That's an example of like what they would leave on the Twitter account.
Like I'm on my way.
It's the Lone Blockbuster. Hopefully they're getting a shout out. They probably have your stuff. They're probably tweeted out.
Wow, that's hardcore.
This is the type of stuff we actually do. We're stupid.
Yeah.
Hey, at least we can admit.
You gotta bide your time. You gotta. Do something with your time.
As
Can't keep it idle.
As I like to say, we're complete and utter dorks. So whatever makes us laugh is what we're pretty much going to do. You know.
And laughter is in short supply.
And JT, you are absolutely right. It is in short supply. And people just get everything these days. It drives me up a wall.
Really... you know, my new saying is, I'm offended that you're offended. How's that?
I love it. Wait a minute, you said that earlier.
Yeah, I did say it like 5 minutes ago. It's facts don't care about your feelings.
Did you?
Yeah, we're having our pre-show conversation, and we're talking about the Tide Pods, and Adam just comes out of nowhere. You know what? I'm tired of this crap. I'm offended when you're offended, so stop being offending me.
Yeah, that's my standard answer here in Hollywood. I'm offended that you're offended.
I love it. I love her.
Just make a T-shirt and point at it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh,
then you ain't got to talk.
All right, make sure you send the checks to JT Hollis, Granger, Indiana.
We can do a collaboration. How's that?
I like it.
There you go. But I'll let you have all the proceeds. You can donate them to a good charity or something.
I like to share the wealth.
There you go, JT. Well, I mean, and after all, I mean, you have been very vocal on your political stance these days lately. You've gone from Democrat to Republican, and even Adam and I, when we were doing some of our research on your transition from Democrat to Republican, there's a lot of nasty ass people out
there.
Like the entire time I'm saying to myself, they don't even know this person, and they're automatically just like bashing her completely.
I know. It's ridiculous.
And the fact that
absurd.
The fact that people where it's even though they're attacking you, I just see it like kind of just rolling off your shoulders these days now. It's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it is, because I just realize, people, they don't realize what they're saying. And I've, my mouth has written checks that my brain could not cash. And, that's what people do. And I just have to be forgiving of them and just say, oh, forgive them, Father, they know not what they do.
Exactly.
It's all right. I'm not going to be bogged down with that. And,
and
that's it.
And I'm amazed that people are actually like judging you on that's how they know this person. Oh, she was in Clueless. She has no, like, guys, you don't even know this woman.
It's a movie. It's not real. Clueless?
Dion was a very clever woman, a very clever young girl. Very intelligent. And so it really,
and to me, when I saw that, I'm going, they never watched this movie.
That's right.
They've never watched this movie. And not for nothing, but the trolls. I don't even know how to label them besides trolls.
You know what's great is that I don't even have to say anything, and this is why I love my fans so much. And I just want to say to you, thank you very much, and God bless you, because they will stand up for me, and they will go to bat, and go to battle for me. I don't have to say a word, and it's very interesting. It's very interesting to watch. And then they just point out how people are not allowing anyone else to have their own opinion. If you don't agree with a liberal, they have to go to name calling, and it's just ridiculous because they've got nothing else to go to.
Yeah.
There's no real logic behind what they believe, so they go to name calling.
It's crazy. I mean, even if you just post your opinion on Facebook, something, it's like you're the devil. And it's like, die because you're wrong and I'm right, and no matter what. I'm like,
right.
I wish
I could. And I realized that if I fall into that trap, then no one's ever going to listen. And that, to me, that's the point. I'm willing to listen to you. I've got friends that are liberals, and I'm willing to listen to them. I don't fall apart at the seams.
Right.
But we know it's not that way, the other way around. They're not willing to listen to anything but what they believe. And if you if they lose, as they did in the presidential election, they fall apart.
Snap.
They fall apart at the seams.
There's a little zinger.
Well, Stacey, it's funny is I actually just recently ordered your book. So There Goes My Social Life from Clueless to Conservative. So I just ordered that, and I was actually looking through a lot of the excerpts in it and some of the things about it. And I thought it was very interesting, the fact that you have a good perspective of yourself, and, you know, the fact that how did you kind of transition into going from, you know, somebody that was more of a Democrat or because a lot of Hollywood is like that, to being more conservative? Well, what transitioned you to that?
Here's the thing. I was not a Democrat. I was never political at all. And I voted for Obama because I thought it was the right thing to do. And I've said this before. It was because he was black, and simply because he was black. I knew nothing about him. I just thought, wow, a black president. You know, he is going to unite our country in a very profound way. This is great. This is going to be wonderful for us. And it, in fact, turned out to be the exact opposite. We are now divided more than we were during the Civil Rights Movement. That man, you know, tried to destroy our country. And after his first term, I realized, my goodness, he's a socialist. He's a socialist, and he's anti-American. And that's not what I am. And then I realized, hold on, I come from the South Bronx. Where I come from, being on welfare, that was not something that you were proud of. You know, that meant that you didn't want to go to work and that you didn't know how to hustle. You know, not being pro-life, getting an abortion, that was not something that we wanted. You know, and in the South Bronx, if you had a gun, you wanted to keep your gun. And if you had your money, you wanted to keep your money. And I said, well, wait a minute. These are all conservative principles. I'm not. I'm a Republican. I'm conservative. I'm certainly not a socialist. So, and then that's when I did the tweet. And then the next thing I knew, my whole life changed from a simple tweet.
Yeah.
You know, and it was amazing to me. I literally woke up the next morning and my life was changed.
I'm amazed. And this is the one thing that really pisses me off, because I've been in broadcasting for a better part of 10 years now. And when I first went to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, they told me, you know, if you're here to be Howard Stern, get out now. And I went, okay, good. I don't want to be Howard Stern. I do have a voice that I want to use. I do have something to say. But the biggest thing is now with social media is you can put out a tweet or post something on Facebook, and the media today, which unfortunately we are a part of, which sucks because it gives shows like ours a bad name, and they just turn it around on you, and they make you look like the evil bastard that is going to take over the world one by one and just destroy everybody. And I've noticed they've done that with a lot of your tweets.
Oh yeah,
it's
they've
horrible.
done it with a lot of my tweets, a lot of my interviews. But see, I've stayed out of. This is basically, guys, one of the first interviews I've done in almost 2 years.
Wow.
I haven't done any interviews. So, but you know, I thank you for your service, and I love veterans, and I love the military, and I just honor every single man and woman that fights for our country and has fought for our country. And
all right, boys.
They should be the precedent.
Just because. No, thank you.
So I'm very honored to be on your show, and yeah, it's good that you're in the media. I believe it's good because to us, you know, and to the truth.
Yeah, we like the truth.
I believe. Oh, sorry.
We like the truth. We're very truthful people. We're very honest people.
That's important. I think it's good to be truthful. I think honesty is the best policy. There's some saying out there that says that, I think.
Yes, there is. And that was one of the things that I always stood by and wanted my show to be, was a very honest show. You know, I wanted it to be where if I screwed up, I'm owning it, and I'm saying it on the air because there's nothing I can do about it. I screwed up.
On it in a heartbeat.
I do. These two, Adam and JT, are vultures. The minute I screw up, it's like, dude, thanks, buddy. You know,
You're welcome.
And that was one of the things when we started booking guests, was we wanted to make sure that they were very comfortable and that it was just like sitting down and just having a conversation with us. You know, we didn't want to feel like anybody was feeling awkward or got, because we love to make new friends. We love to have people on our show and talk and be honest and open about themselves, you know. But we're also respectful. There's that word again, respectful.
Oh, respectful. Isn't that something? What a novel idea.
Where did that word go?
I know where you got that from, Sully.
Oh, where did I get that from, JT?
From my play president show that I did.
That's true.
I brought that word back up again.
You're bringing it back. That's the way it goes. You know, bringing it back.
Hashtag respect, damn it.
Yes, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
So Stacey, you know, aside from all the tweets and everything, recently you made some pretty interesting announcements. Now, before we get into the film side of it, because I do want to talk about that, because like I said, I'm a film geek. You're considering running for Congress. That was...
that is something I am exploring. I am exploring it, and that's about all I can say about that right now.
Yeah,
I don't want to say it anymore because I've said it, and the next thing I say is either I'm running or I'm not. And, it'll be run, Stacy, run.
Yeah.
I definitely think you should. First of all, I'll be the first person to illegally vote in your county. I know it's California, and I'm not a big fan of California for the most part, but I will go out to California. I mean, they don't care about illegal votes in California. It'll be all right.
Jesus Christ.
I can go out there and just illegally vote in your county. I'll just register for a day. I got some friends that live out there. And we can vote. And if you want to run in Connecticut, you can do that too. A couple of us are here in Connecticut, wherever you want to go. But I definitely think you are a voice that needs to be heard. And considering the way the modern politics is, and just in general, I think a lot of things that you say, your essays, the things that you put out, people need to hear and actually listen to. And I think you'd be a great person to bring about good change in communities. So hopefully that you do that. But if you don't, that's okay too. We'll still love you either way.
Thank you.
Wow,
Thank you so much. Well, I've put it into God's hands, and what God wants for me, no man can keep from me, and He'll open the door and make the way, and it will be an easy way with grace. And so that's what that's where I'll leave it.
I like that.
There you go.
I like that. I like that you're also not fully committing yes or no. I like that it's on your brain,
like my wife would do, not fully committing to me yes or no. Got it.
No,
you're still in the probationary period for your wedding.
I just want to be sure that this is the right choice, for me.
Sure.
And God's purpose for my life.
And I mean, going into politics is a big change, very big change, lifestyle-wise, like mentally. Like, I think it was, if you were, I'm not saying you are, so anybody who's listening that's in the media going, hey, Stacy Dash said this, shut up, let me get to the point. Stacy is saying that she's considering it, which means that it's just on her brain. It's something that she's going to think about, and it's better than what a lot of people are doing today of sitting on their butts complaining on Twitter. Guys, at least she's thinking. At least she's using her brain.
Yeah, and that's one of the things about the world today. There is a gray area. Not everything is black and white. It's either yes or no. No, there's a gray area in there where, hey, I'm still deciding on what I want to do.
Exactly.
One of our listeners, Vin, he's been a very loyal listener to us over the last, I'd say, a couple of months now. He's brand new still. He says, I could never run for office. I'm too obsessed with power. I'm all about the coup d'etat.
I'm not even going to comment on that.
You don't have to.
That's good. It'll probably get turned some way or way against it. But
you don't have to.
Vin's he's a special guy.
Vin is very special, and we do love him for tuning in each week.
Put it this way, he wears 2 helmets.
He's a special guy.
He also licks the window a couple of times too. So yeah. Trust me, he says a lot worse to us.
That's one of my favorite. What did you see? You're the film buff. A Christmas Story.
Yes.
When the kid licks the telephone pole and his tongue gets stuck. That's one of my favorite scenes.
Do you watch that every year? Do you watch that on Christmas every year?
Absolutely. Every year. It's one of my son's favorites.
Okay.
And I mean, yes, every year.
We have her on air, so we have to ask her this. If you segue, is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Ah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Really?
Sully,
are you asking me this question?
Adam asked it, not me.
I'm just wondering, because you segue into that. There's people that ask this question, so I was just wondering. It's not.
You know.
She's saying no,
she'll
but
think about that for a while and get back with you later.
She's on the fence.
I'm gonna think about it. How's that?
Okay.
Sounds good.
That's doable. We'll wait for your answer on Twitter. These idiots asked me if Die Hard was a Christmas movie. Meh.
A lot of people ask that. It's weird. I don't think it is, but
we as guys, we do think it's a Christmas movie only because it takes place on Christmas.
Of course you do.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
We're guys. We're idiots.
We're guys.
Me, personally, I don't care.
Exactly.
And I'm glad. I love it that there are still men who want to be men.
Yes.
None of this trying to emasculate men. I'm done with it.
Oh, thank you. I wonder how many more.
I like a real man.
That's the way. We like it. It is. You know, I weep for humanity, and I love that you're very open and honest about things. You know, everything from everything going on with Weinstein and all these accusations. I loved your essay on that with Oprah. Guys, if you haven't read any of her essays, you gotta do it. And it's, again, don't bash her for her essays. She's just speaking her mind and being open to conversations. I'm sure if you're respectful, she'll even respond to you. But read her stuff. Your essays are amazing. You know, they're very well thought out.
Thank you.
I think I've read ever since Harrison was talking with you and trying to get on the show, which, by the way, I forgot to say this. Our condolences to you and your family for the loss of your mother. I know it's still a little, it's still a little new, and we were trying to get you on back in November, but as soon as we heard that, we're like, my heart just broke. I'm like, oh no, and we didn't want to push at all until at least after the holidays and the new year, because we knew it was going to be tough for you. But we're there for you. We're offering our condolences because we know it was a tough and trying time. And now that I just brought everybody down, I apologize.
Great job there, Chief.
Sorry.
Not at all. To make her laugh. Good job.
I killed the show. I'm sorry. I ruined it.
It's your job to bring it back, so get on it.
Oh, okay. So moving forward, aside from that,
no, it's fine. That's a good thing. You know, she's in heaven now. It's all right. It's all good.
As long as she's up at where she's supposed to be, that's all that matters. And
that's right.
It from my understanding, everything was bad at one point, but now it's no longer that way. So it's good. It's kind of a good thing, and everything. You had so many years with her, and those are the memories that everybody's going to remember. But now that I'm doing a eulogy, and again I apologize, I do want to move on because I know we only have a short amount of time. You've got some great projects that you've had. What was one of the things that Harrison wanted us to bring up? Somebody with some type of hairstyle. I forget what.
Yeah. Harrison mentioned something about a hair weave guy, an actor who tried to seduce you. He said to mention that to you.
Gosh.
He said you wouldn't say the name, but you'd talk about that, and he said it was funny. So
it wasn't.
You can thank Harrison.
I can't mention this man's name, but
that's right.
I just won't do it. But it was one of the funniest things I've ever had happen in the history of my film career. We had to jump off of a cliff. We were in Arizona, and it was a Western. And I didn't end up doing the movie for other reasons. I just said no, basically. I'm not doing that. And so then I got fired. But anyway, we had to jump off of a 40-foot cliff into a little lake. And it was nighttime, and I did it. And, it was not very deep. It was shallow. So my concern was, keeping my knees bent, and I'm a little crazy. And so I did it. And when he came up, we're supposed to come up out of the water and then swim he comes up because holding his hat and his hairpiece, because he had a hairpiece on. He didn't want it to come off, and I couldn't believe it, and I started cracking up. We had to do it again, and he was terrified of jumping. So we had to get back up and do it again, but I couldn't believe it. I was just gobsmacked. Oh my gosh.
That's
what you cared about? Not breaking your legs? Your hairpiece?
Come on, man. Be bold and proud.
I know, right?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Holding on to his hat so that his hairpiece wouldn't fall off, and his hat. Right. Yeah. I rolled. I laughed so hard. I mean, I couldn't catch my breath.
Oh.
Where's that outtake?
Oh, man.
Where's that cutting room floor?
Right?
That'd be all
outtake.
It really would. Like here you go. Here's the beginning of the blooper reel, and there's this guy just, my hair.
You saved that one for the very last one, so it sticks in people's minds.
Vanity. Yeah, vanity.
So do you have a thing for you? Because
the poor choices you make.
Did he have a thing for you because Harry tried about the seducing thing, or is that just prior to?
Yeah, he had a thing for me, and it was one of those times when I had to, stand up for myself, and I was very young and on my own. He propositioned me and put me in a very uncomfortable position, and I basically just said to him, "Look, no, and I will kill you." So, that was that. And I got fired.
That's the New Yorker in her.
I'm from the Bronx. I will kill you right now.
I'm from the Bronx. Don't mess with me.
Seriously.
I can't even say that. I'm from Long Island, so it's like
it's not as intimidating.
She's got really the Bronx behind her, and I'm like, I'm out east on the island.
No.
I'm low.
That's fantastic.
Now he I was supposed to ask about this. Apparently, Len Peterson Jr. Is very upset that you backed out of his mayor race and that you weren't backing him up. But now he wants to know if he should run for governor.
Yes, I know.
I told the Jaws community that I would say it. So my question to you is, should Len Peterson Jr. run for governor?
No, I think he should just stay out of it. And just, let the mayor be the mayor and just accept it,
There you go, Len.
Accept the results.
There it is.
Accept the results.
Accept the results.
I think there could be some collusion. I don't know. We gotta check into that. We'll have to check into Amity.
It's a possibility. We may have
that goes.
May have to see what the dirt sheets say about Mr. Peterson. But we always give a shout out to the Jaws community because those guys are amazing. They should be. They are absolutely
so
amazing.
Committed.
And it's great. It's funny. I think this would make
it would. I can't believe Harrison was the one who introduced us to it.
I bet you it's going to happen now.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
You're a producer, right? Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'll write it.
I'll talk to Harrison.
Thanks.
Great idea.
See?
The day-to-day of Amity after Jaws, it's like the Jerry Seinfeld, like the Amityville, kind of thing.
Like The Office. Yeah.
Exactly. So what happened today? I got eaten by a shark, same old, it's a Tuesday.
Took my ankle, not going to lie, it hurt a lot.
Got it.
So I did
I'll
say...
be limping around. I'm still here.
So let's see. You have a new movie coming out this year, but I haven't been able to see a release date on it called The Dawn.
The Dawn. Yes. I'm not sure when it's going to be coming out.
I was
not sure.
I was reading the synopsis on it, and
it's a horror film that I did. I played a nun, I've never played a nun, and I thought that would be fantastic. And to play a film, and so I thought it was very intriguing. And I thought, it's good that I don't die. I live in the end.
I was about to say that, if a nun dies, we got a problem.
Right. Right.
And I want everyone to know that. I want everyone to know that I don't die.
Yay! Now, can you tell us a little about The Dawn and what the actual synopsis is on it?
It's an exorcism film. Someone gets possessed in the convent, or is possessed when she gets to the convent, and it's about generational curses, basically.
Oh, that is different. I like it.
So it's a technical horror film.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Okay.
And she lives. So I'm going
to... The technicalities of the supernatural. Yes, there you go.
The nun survives, folks. I love it.
How is it that of all the people that we have had on this show, she's the one that we find that survives? All the other ones, other than Harrison, have died.
Kane Hodder survives.
He kills everyone. What are you talking
exactly.
about? He is the killer.
Well, that's what I said, other than him.
He's murdered more people than anyone here.
That's true. And he threatened your life.
He did threaten my life on air, which was fun.
That's true.
Grace of God.
Yeah.
The grace of God.
Oh, yeah. We're very, like I said, we're geeks. And JT is the uncle of the group, so a lot of the movies that we mention, he doesn't really know until we force him to watch it.
The blind, dumb, and stupid uncle of the group. Let's get that straight.
That's right.
All right, that works.
Oh boy.
I'm giving her an idea. I pretty much know nothing, but I act like I do.
That's true, JT.
Oh, okay.
That is
that's good.
Very true.
That's smart.
I'm a good actor too.
Stop trying to get
That's
a
what
role.
I'm talking about. You be quiet, Adam.
Wow.
Fighting
words. Fighting words. I love it. Now, recently, you just announced that you are going to be a part of the Roe versus Wade movie that is coming out.
Yeah, Roe v. Wade.
Yeah.
Roe v. Wade, yes. It's executive produced by Dr. Alveda King and Nick Loeb, and I'm so excited. It's a true story, and it's a story of the women's rights movement versus the pro-life movement, which was led by Dr. Mildred Jefferson, who is the character that I play, and she was the first African-American woman to graduate from Harvard Medical School, and the second president of National Right to Life. And what I love about her is that, even though she was raised by a pastor for pure science,
Yeah.
and that she took the doctor's oath to never kill. And, and it's just a movie that needs to be abortion and the truth. Like you said, the truth, which to me, is not up for interpretation. If truth were up for interpretation, then I don't think there would be a word called truth.
Right.
So, I'm really excited about this film.
Especially since the people live this, and even now, it's still brought up day in and day out, all over the place. It's Roe versus Wade is always going to be one of those major subjects of any type of conversation. And I'm just assuming that just from them, approaching you and you finding out all the details, that it kind of just made you go further into, yes, I want to do this. This is just going to be gold. And I do.
Absolutely.
And it's one of those subjects that I really do think that a lot of people are going to actually see this in the theater. Because
whether they're pro-life or pro-choice, they're going to see. And that's the hope. That's the hope, is that people will see what the truth is behind everything and then leave the theater and make, decide. But, someone has to fight for these innocent babies, and I'm so happy to be a part of that set of history that are fighting for these innocent babies.
It'll be a great message, and especially since it's from the origin of the whole thing. It's not just
exactly.
It's not just going to be the court case. It's going to be a historical film, to be honest. Now, who else is going to be in it with you? Do you know?
John Voight.
Ah, good old Mr. Voight.
John Voight. I love him. He's a dear friend of mine, and I just love him. And I'm so excited to work with him. I've never worked with him, and that's just going to be great. Stephen Baldwin.
Oh,
fantastic!
And that's what we've got so far. There's still they're still casting. So I'm just so excited that Dr. Alvita King, she knew Dr. Jefferson and personally, and I'm just honored that she thought of me to play this role. I'm humbled. I'm very humbled by it.
Awesome.
It means a lot to me.
I'm gonna go see it.
Yeah,
I am. I'm gonna go see it.
No, thanks.
It's
good.
I see everything that I can. If I don't get to see it in the theater, Netflix.
Yeah.
And by the way, Netflix does not sponsor the show, but it'd be nice if they did. We do have a question from the chat room. One of our viewers, Amanda, asked, how did you hear about the script for Clueless, and what made you feel or want to take the part?
I heard about it through my agent, because that's what, when you're an actress, your agent just sends you roles. And I read the script, and I was like, okay, this is mine. I just knew it. And I went in, and it got down to me and another. I read with Alicia, and Alicia and I had great chemistry. And so then they cast me, and then I read with Donald Faison and another actor, and Donald and I just had great chemistry, and it was just amazing. It was just every bit of fun that you see on screen, we actually had every single day.
Wow.
I have to say it was the best film experience I've ever had.
That's amazing.
And being able to work with a genius like Amy Heckerling is, just an honor.
Sure.
She's an amazing woman. Amazing. And it was just so much fun. We had so much fun, and, it was wonderful.
Did
Did anything
happen on set?
Sorry?
Did anything funny happen on set between you?
I mean, there's so many things. I can't pick one. I mean, there's just so many things. It was just every day something great happens. But I will say that the sneezing scene where she says, "Dee, I told you when your allergies act up, take out your nose ring." Amy added that in because that's my actual sneeze. And I sneezed one day, and Amy said, "Wait a minute, was that your sneeze?" And I said, "Yes." She said, "Oh, that's going in."
And it's forever out there. That's awesome. And now I got to get that sneeze as a soundbite. Hope you don't mind.
No, I don't mind.
Awesome.
I don't mind.
And another question to some of your roles is, were you ever offered a character in any type of spoof or scary movie?
A spoof or scary movie? No.
No, you never.
Not that I can recall.
Never wanted to do like a scary movie type of spoof.
Like scary movie?
Yeah, like scary movie. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've never. I think the only kind of really spoofy thing I did was Sharknado.
Which was awesome.
Which was really fun.
Everybody loves Sharknado.
I mean, you don't really have to pitch the premise once you've seen the first one. You pretty much just say, yeah, I'm on board. I want to get eaten by a shark. That's all I want to know.
Which you played the mayor of Chicago in Sharknado.
Yeah.
So seeing you in that,
I wore stripy tights and the red shoes. Yeah, I love it.
See, we're already ready for politics even then against sharks. If you could defeat sharks, you could defeat anything.
Bring on the sharks. Now the question is, will we see her in Sharknado?
Great. This is so much fun. Harrison told me I would have fun, and I've had a really great time.
I'm so glad you did, and I do know that we're keeping you a little over, and we do apologize because you do have a call that you were supposed to be on 8 minutes ago. So I'm sorry.
Yes.
Don't hate us. Don't hate us.
I'm getting texts right now saying you got to get on a call. You got to get on a call.
Yeah. So we are going to let you go. Thank you for joining us today. We hope to have you back because obviously once you start doing Roe versus Wade, and when The Dawn comes out, we do want to talk to you again about that because I can't wait to see that.
I would love to be back.
Thank you.
I would love to be back.
Thank you for
so
taking the
much for having
time.
me.
Thank you for taking the time. Please have a wonderful evening, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out our interview with actress Stacy Dash from Clueless, Mo Money, Renaissance Man, just to name a few. I believe she was also in Sharknado 4. It was awesome. Just saying. If you liked what you saw, make sure you click the subscribe button. You can do it right over there. It's right down below. Can't miss it. And if you really like what we see and you want to see some more, you can check out our interview with director Harrison Smith and actress Dee Wallace right over to the left. You can't miss it. It's right there. The videos are right there. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter, facebook.com/The Sully Show, and make sure you click and follow us on Twitch as well. Twitch.tv/Accidental Punch. Make sure you follow us. It's going to be awesome. We are live on Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, only on Twitch.tv and audio on morelikeradio.com. We will see you guys next time.